Each year, Oregon Heritage, a division of the Oregon Parks and Recreation Department, holds a competitive nomination process to recognize individuals, businesses, and organizations for outstanding efforts to raise the quality of heritage activities in Oregon. Now, in its 14th year, the Oregon Heritage Excellence Award honored 10 winners who have made the most out of their available resources, gone above and beyond the call of duty, and whose work stands as a model for others. 2020 has been one for the record books. Instead of gathering to honor these awardees at the Heritage Conference this spring, Oregonians, along with those from around the world, were sheltering in place. As we continue to find ways to stay connected at a safe distance, on behalf of the Oregon Heritage Department, I hope you will join us in celebrating the accomplishment of these award winners.
The Astoria YMCA Restoration Project has taken a nearly abandoned building and restored it back to a functioning space with careful consideration to the importance the building once had within the community. Built in 1914, the Astoria YMCA served as a fitness facility, social gathering place, and educational facility for over 75 years. Its closing in the late 80s left a considerable void, and despite having subsequent owners, it fell into disrepair over the years. Noel Weber purchased the building 5 years ago with the goal to restore the original historic character of the building and curate the future tenants in a way that restored the community engagement the civic building once had. There have been many material changes since this building's construction in 1914. Some things were more difficult to find, and others have been improved to hold up to the elements. It was imperative to replace some of the details, such as the spandrel detail between the first and second story. Weber found historic photos and remains of one of the spandrels, made a mold, and was able to reproduce the quantity required out of a material impervious to the elements. Another part important to the facade restoration was the original ironwork above the double doors. With historic photos provided by the Clatsop Historical Museum, they discovered the missing piece of history and were able to recreate it. The facade restoration brought back the original design intent and creates a charming interface between the building and public. The restored facade is once again inviting to the public and presents itself as it did years ago when the Y was active. Weber has been careful in efforts to fill the available spaces with tenants who are proactive in the community. While this building will never be a YMCA again, the future tenants will engage with the community in their own creative ways. Congratulations to the Astoria YMCA Restoration Project for receiving a Heritage Excellence Award for facade restoration of a nearly abandoned building and honoring the building's civic roots in reuse.
My name is Noel Weber, and I and several others have been working on the YMCA Restoration Project in Astoria, Oregon. So thank you, Oregon Heritage Commission, for presenting the Oregon Excellence Award to the former YMCA Restoration Project. It's an honor. A very special thanks to my parents, Noel and Lucy Weber, my sister Anna and her partner Sam, and my wife Liska, all of whom suspended disbelief on the approach, allowing the project to gain traction before we knew how deep it was. And all the dear friends from near and far who volunteered their time and efforts helping this project maintain momentum. Thank you to the City of Astoria for their enthusiasm on this project and the Oregon Special Assessment Program, which helps a project like this pencil out at the end of the day. With persistent effort over the past 5 years, we are nearing completion on this 12,000 square foot building. When we initially encountered this project, none of us grasped the importance this building had within the community of Astoria. As a civic building serving the public in all sorts of ways, this building was a keystone of community engagement for the course of its life as a YMCA. Essentially shuttered in the late 1980s, memories were easily reconstituted as work ensued. Stories of learning how to swim in the basement pool or the soft spots on the gym floor, furthering a home court advantage, were common. But the overarching theme was simply connection with peers and community in a town that can feel isolated in the rainier season. It's the gym. It's the, and it's a old basketball gym. Basketball was invented at the YMCA. It's been wild and so fun, just working and hearing people tell all their stories and kind of walk through the building, and you could see the way they looked at things just sort of reflected how they would have looked at it when they were a kid running around this space. It's really that the Y has a story like that is what helped this project, push forward. Just because there's like some mythical quality to it. So, yeah, we're very happy to accept the Oregon Excellence Award. Thank you.